Would you have any tips for someone who wants to learn a language but has a really busy schedule? I really want to learn French, but it's just so hard for me because I work full time.
Well, I think I should move to France. I'm kidding. Well, of course it could be awesome. However, I'm just gonna assume that it may not be a choice or an option. I think that this is something that it's really important. It's a good question because the fact that we're all busy, we all have our work, we all have our families, we all have things to do. So how do we find time to learn a language? And I think that it boils down to building the right habits. I think it's important to try to introduce little things in the breaks that we have. You could use a language learning app when you're in line for a coffee at a coffee shop or when you're at the supermarket. And you can try to use all little breaks that you have to pick up your phone and try a language learning app. Or have your flashcards ready in the morning. Review them in the morning for 10 minutes when you wake up or before going to bed or something along those lines. One really important thing for when we're really busy and we want to learn a language is that we should try to make things as easy as possible for ourselves. So for example, if you have an audio program in CDs, it may be easier to just upload all your files into your phone, all the audio files, and then just have everything readily available so you can listen to them. So making things really easy for yourself is gonna really help. Because for example, like let's say that you're like, oh, I forgot my language book in the car. Now I don't wanna go back to the car to go and get it to learn the language. So little things like that, this may sound silly, but if you have everything readily available, just right there for you, it makes it easier to pick it up so you can learn the language, so you can study the language. I think that 15 minutes every day can help whatever you can do. Ideally, you're gonna do more than 15 minutes a day. But if you can't, even if you can just, pick up your flashcards, or pick up your language book for 15 minutes a day, or even less if you can't really do more, then it's okay. Also, having passive exposure to the language also helps when we're extremely busy. So let's say that you're at home and you're exhausted and you have a little bit of a break. Maybe you can just leave the French TV in the background, even if you're still at a basic level, but you're getting some passive exposure and you're learning a bit passively, but it's okay. You're still learning a bit. You're being exposed to the language. That's a good thing. Of course, that we want to also learn it actively, with whatever method you're using. A language textbook, you can be using a language learning app or a combination of a bunch of different things. But in the end, we don't just need to do active exercises all the time. Passive exercises can really help. And then hopefully on the weekends as well, if you've got some time, then what you can do is, try to spend a bit more time actively trying to learn the language. One thing that I personally do is that because I drive a lot, I usually have a lot of audio files that I just have playing in my car as I'm driving. Sometimes I'm just listening really passively to the content, but sometimes it's pretty good content that I also have the text for. I study the text a bit at home, and then I just play it in the car as I'm driving. And that can be extremely helpful. If you have the chance and you're really busy and you drive a lot, you can do that. And perhaps you can also bring audio files for whenever you jog or you do a workout or whatever. And if you build the right habits, you're gonna progress more quickly. And you're gonna keep going, you're not gonna give up, and you're gonna successfully learn French. So good luck.